Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 1 2. It's just tricky getting those mic levels just right, seems like. Try that one more time.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
See, we got Grizz in the house. Obed is here. Another one of those good days. One of those days that make you feel like maybe Bitcoin could go to the moon. All right, let's get started. Javier, I got Grizz. We got a party. Oh, Bitcoin, where am I at on the 2 hour? Just keeps going up. Just can't catch it now. It's nice to see that reaction. A lot better than what the alternative was, right? But man, zoom out. Look at us now. So we're hanging out at this resistance level right up here around 30,400 and 483, I think is what I've got on the candle close there. Now we've kind of stumbling around a little bit. And this is on the daily, man. Look at that candle. Javier says has to be big money buying to move up this fast, and yes it is. We got institutional FOMO. I haven't seen this since we had the big run up at the bull, so I'm kind of curious how this is going to play out. But this is the situation that the market's just had that feeling we keep talking about, going back to 2019 when we just had that little fake out, and then it just kind of ran out big, right? It's got them same kind of vibes then too, and then in 2020, right before more institutional money started coming in. So man, we just got to break above this area, and we're just kind of having to struggle there. Stochastics are kind of topped out. MACDs or RSIs, yeah, it's topped out. So kind of due for a pullback, probably get rejected here at this level. That kind of sucks, but 64% chance that this falling wedge will have a pullback. Where might that be if that happens? From where we are now, candle from yesterday. Chris is in the house. Hey, Chris. I bet the stack's going nuts. We need to be careful, though. Oversold all over. Chris says Bitcoin is pushing on the resistance level right now, 30,500. Chris is my admin over in the Telegram group. Chris has been doing a phenomenal job, man. He's been just taking all this stuff to heart, man, and applying it, and you see how people grow, and he gets it now. You guys did something different to my bot over on the Telegram group. It's got Chat GPT AI in it now. So it can not only give you indicators and stuff like that, and whatever you want to do TA on, it can also give you a whole strategy to trade it. How cool is that? And I think it just rolled out. The guy behind the bot is actually in our group there. Kind of cool. But we're struggling right here on the 4 hour. Got a red dot on VMC here. But that money flow, man, that money flow's in the green, ain't it? Even VWAP coming to the downside, that money flow keeps going up. Oh, so whatever happens probably will not be so terrible. And that fib is way out there, and I can't see what it is for the 4 hour. But a pullback about 29,357 at this 236 fib. If that big candle wick is our top, which it has a really good chance to be. I want to mark that area right there. Stacks has just been going crazy, man. Chris says, could you show some local support and resistance areas in the fibs from this big move? EC, hey, how's it going, man? BC not stopping, everybody hoping for a good entry so it won't happen. So if we got a really, really strong move, we could see 29,358 right there in that area. We can also come back to about 28.5, 20, yeah, right in that area. But that's if it starts feeling like doing it. Right now, this 4 hour looks pretty strong to me. So my first guess is it's probably a strong move, and probably just tag these low 29s. But so far it shows no sign of breaking trend yet. So up we go. Oh, I like these good days. Chris says the bot's very cool. It is cool. I just don't know. Did we just jump up again? I just don't know what all it does. It does a lot of stuff. And then they also have their own website stuff too. It's got some cool stuff on it too. We're just kind of in a nice rounding. Making a nice bowl shape there, so I'm going to retest this area. Looks like about 3,800. Probably on the way. We may flag out there, may actually make a real cup and handle, which would be cool. But this is on the 5-minute chart, so don't get too excited. Have to keep this in perspective. I also look at this as being a bull flag. Take that measured move, and I guess we can take it all the way to the wick there, but that scenario takes us up to this area about 31.8. Not bad. I'm cool with that. So do any of you guys feel like you missed out on anything with this sudden upswing that we had, especially with Bitcoin? Or are you still finding some good bargains out there? So measure move 31, basically 31,900. If that holds true. That's on the 1 hour chart there. I think it's got legs to make it up there. Ichimoku Cloud's just nowhere near the price, and that's important. It is thickening up a little bit, but not a problem at the moment. 1 hour's had a green dot here on market cipher, so the stars are aligning there to go up. Money flow's coming in. Let's take a look at this daily. You got to see this money flow. Perfect. Now VWAP's starting to come down, so there will be some sell pressure there. But man, with that money flow starting, when we get back in the green, and we haven't been in the green since back in May. And May wasn't so great. But this money flow should push us up pretty nicely. Overall, I like what I'm seeing. We're just at an area where it's going to get tired, and we'll probably trade sideways a little bit, which leads us over to Bitcoin dominance. Let me get on the right watch list here. Javier bought some FET. You know, that's one that I let slip by me again. And happy with that move, 25% so far, man. Cool. All right. Thursdays are pullback days. Thursdays would do pretty well for that. And the weekend is almost already here. Or so it feels. Weeks go by so quick, man. So now that I've got my watch list pulled up, let's go check out Bitcoin dominance, which is at, coming down on that 2 hour. Well, that's good. That's helpful for altcoins. Let's go over here to crypto bubbles real quick. Things in nice and green there. So we got up to didn't quite tap 52% and have a little bit of a pullback. But man, look, this chart is still ready to rock and roll. So a little pullback on some of the smaller time frames would be helpful for us, but this thing's getting ready to go parabolic right here. So let's come over to total 2 is still doing good. So money is also coming into the altcoins as well. But the majority of it is still going into the Bitcoin. But it looks like a good amount of that is still going to Ethereum, and Ethereum has pumped up, so, and of course it will. Now that there has been the declared fabulous 4 Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, a new breath of air. Fresh air, breathing into those coins. The OGs. So total 3 looks good. Inverted head and shoulders. Boom, to the upside. And that happened pretty quick. A lot quicker than I expected. Getting close to our target area, and we should be hitting right here, 331 billion up to 334, where the 200 moving averages is on the 4 hour. But let's hope that's just the start, because we got support here, and we got this big old trend line to go up here about 385, 390. Next tick up will be coming in around this trend line, about 342. Lines up really nice with this area right here. Kind of lines up with this area, so we can go ahead and mark that. There's a little bit of a resistance area we gotta get past. So best guess is that's where we're headed, right there. X marks the spot. 338. So should be the little bump up should continue for most of our altcoins there. Javier says, are we inverse to stock market now? Tech stocks had a pullback today. You know, I've not been keeping up with the stock market that much because we did separate. So I think really it's kind of just too early to tell until we start following it a little bit more closely. And we may see some similarities, but just the fact that we broke away from that little bit of time, I just find that to be very interesting. But it looks good too, so let me check the weekly. I got some money flow coming in. Things are getting a little bit revved up, a little bit hot, but man, moving averages on the weekly look good for the S&P 500. But now the crypto's starting to open up and some more avenues are opening up. It should pour over into crypto, so it keeps going up. I'd say we'd start being a little bit more correlated with the Fidelity and forgot the new bank that's ES something. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust coming up almost to the price I got suckered in on it. That was before I learned TA. So I've had it for a while, like back over here for a while. I think I overpaid for it then. And it's been a mess. But finally starting to break even on those areas that it needs to get past. But one of the indicators of the bull market they've always said would be the Grayscale premium. When we see that go away or flip more to the positive, it's been in the negative for a while. That would be a sign. And we'll see more money coming into Grayscale. Very interesting. Still, I'm going to have a little hiccup right here. But crypto's getting to be more and more widely known and more and widely expected. Where the adoption is starting to come. And this may be the first bull run of the early widespread adoption. How cool is that? And they're going to go after Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the top two. I hesitated to jump onto the BTC train a few days ago, so I only got a few scalps, but not the big move. It's hard to catch them all, man. It is. Can't tell you how many of the good moves I've missed, but this last one's been kind of fun. Chris says dollar was dropping all day today. Coolio. Now, is it going to go for a triple bottom or is it going to lose this area? But it doesn't matter as long as it's coming down and playing around in these areas. Hey, I'm cool with it. Weekly just got a red dot there. That ought to be fun to play with over the next month or two. Helps us out at least. Striga says just wait until they pull the plug and it all goes down again. You know it's coming. You know it's coming. But especially, I mean, they're going to want better prices too. And they're going to want to run it up and then take profit, then run it back down again, and then fill their bags again. So I don't see it being all just up from here. This is a bearish pattern overall, but we're getting another leg to the upside, which could be pretty cool. Could go up to 38, almost 40,000 in that area. And that might be where they decide to take us down. It does have 52% chance to come to the downside. And what we got two good touch areas there. Technically, I guess there's a little bit more. 3 more defined areas down here. It's going to be fun. Man, I can't see anything where that fib. Get out of there, man. And we're in the middle of this Ichimoku cloud, which, as I run into the ground, it usually spits you out on the other side, which is what I've been expecting to happen. And then, thankfully, that is what's happening. So, cool. Bounced off the 200 on the weekly. So, hey, we got that back. Needed that really bad. It was looking dire. It was looking a little scary to be at some of those levels. Let me see if I can find a cleaner chart here to play around with. That's not it. This one might be it. Cool, and going back to these ideas, and still the inverted head and shoulder there. Had our bearish megaphone pattern going to the upside. And now we're back inside it. So back inside the original pattern that we started out with. That should be interesting because it's got a hellacious trend line. It goes for miles up to about 38,000, which we just talked about earlier. So there's some confluence. And is this the... Let's sacrifice this guy. Well, this is still a cool idea too, but I don't agree with this. So, no, I mean, we're going to retest that trend line, but maybe it's on this time frame, but it doesn't stand out as a good, other than this angle. It's the only thing it's got in common. Not a good example. Let's kill this one. All right, so now what are we dealing with here with Bitcoin? We got this little boxy area that we're in. And looks to be the tightest right. Well, basically right through here. And we also got a fuzzy area over here too, so we've got our work cut out for us to get to 38, but that was definitely in the cards that could happen. Chris is in the house. So cool. Bitcoin just looks like you know, we're going to struggle here. Got to get past this other top that we had before, just right at 31K. Looks like we're trying to tap on that door. Moving averages look aligned to do that. Don't know if we will do it right now. Get a little retest back to 28.8 area. That is a hanging area. That's a magic little area for Bitcoin, the 28.8. Just something about that area. It likes to go there and hang there, bounce from there. So we could play with that idea. But money flow's gradually coming in, so I mean, we got a good chance to go ahead and break it, but if we don't break it, we'll just probably flag out here a little bit and then try it again. And if that don't work, then we're all screwed. So stacks, man. I am extremely glad that I was able to finagle a way to build a bag of stacks and got that pulled off the exchanges and trying to do the staking thing on it. When I figure out how that works a little different, it looks like. So price came up to the -2.7. Tap that one just perfectly. Love that number. Works awesome. Makes a great target. It's like a Swiss Army knife. It works in lots of different scenarios. But I mean, you know, we can make it as complicated as we want, but why? Just keep it simple. Hey, Chef's in the house. Great Colin Sachs, by the way, was watching that Miss 56, so let it go. Yeah, I was fortunate to get what I could right through here, so I'm satisfied with my bag of it, and wow, it jumping up made a big difference already. CC did good on calling Bitcoin. Whatever confirmation or indicator he's using, it gave him the pointer or confirmation before I was comfortable with mine. Still was looking for this bounce off of that head, that neckline there. And it may have been me being cautious, but he had a great call on that. Go back to stacks here. Forgot about it. Squirrel! Says CC's using several. He knows how to read them. So, Mr. Stacks, looks like we gotta get some targets, man. Instead of buy targets, already hit my my target there at what was it, 81? So clear you out. It's a weird looking. To be honest with you, what it reminds me of is what double or what rounding bottoms do. So I hope it doesn't do this, but it does make me think of this. And that's where you got this, it would be bigger than that. Bukowski talks about this too, when there's a big accumulation, that sometimes you can have a bump up like that and then come back down and finish this rounding before we start taking off. And hopefully we're not seeing something like that. Hopefully not. Just throwing that out there. But it's just kind of, there's not a clear structure on this at the moment, other than, you know, we got some support resistance areas over here. There's a little bit of there's a flip right there that we found support on. So I'm cool for being excited, and I'm sure that this will go up. I'm just wondering if we're going to come back down. But I mean, nowhere near that yet. Don't need to worry about it, but I'm trying to make some plans. But the weekly's got a green dot, so that should help us. Man, what could that do? Just doing my quick cheat here. We're looking at $1.61. That would be cool. Maybe $1.78 being possible. Could also do that. Guy gives us confluence with this one at 176. So two things say we're going there. And the 50 fib says that we're going to go there too, so that's three things. So we have a lot of things pointing in that direction at 173. That would be cool, man. How much would that take us up from here? About 70 cents where we're at. 151%, so may not be too late. And I am sure there will be a pullback. This is the weekly chart here. I'm sure we may touch back down to the 64, 68 cent area. Where we're at? We're at 83 now. And even our moving averages there are the 200. I'm on the 2-hour chart though. It's at 60. It's just on the tear right now. Do have a bearish divergence coming on this time frame too, so may catch a hiccup right up here. I've got a trend line around 90 cents on stacks. Chris said he took some profit. I just wanted to get a good deal on it so I can I'm gonna put it over there and stake it and see what we can do. Man, 2 hours crossing really strong right here. So I mean, it's still got some wind in its sails though. So we're getting some bullish divergence on some of the indicators, but you know, when you get a real strong trend, it ignores it for a time or two. A lot of times that third one will take it down. It's just a weird, it's a bump in the, like a rounding shape, and that makes me curious. But getting above the 100 on the daily, hey, that is cool. With me. Check out some other stuff here. Made a new list. And now I can't find it. Late night picks. That would be it. It's some of the bags that I've got. So this will make it easier for me to keep an eye on, and kind of also clue you guys into the ones that interest me and how freaking spread out they are, and I need to narrow them down. It's happening. Can't get a good trend there because we're also curving here, man. So that's also an accumulation. So may just have like another rounding shape, like another tier of it. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Keep an eye on that. Biggest thing I can say is this trend line here, which we bounced off of, and don't have a good one to draw on this side other than this extremely exaggerated bearish megaphone. Extremely wide. But that would be awesome. See, go to $1.50. I'm cool with that. Been there before, been there for a while. Earlier this year. Seems like forever ago after it's dropping down, but yeah, watch me get way ahead of myself. It wasn't up that high. Oh, it was $1.31. And also a year ago, well, a year ago, we're in summer now, so it's been at these really, really cool levels for such a long time. Big drag to hold if you had it back then. But for those who did, paying off very nicely. Checking out QNT, got a little bump today. Nothing great yet, not the numbers I want to see yet, but a good sign that maybe, hey, something's coming. MACD's getting ready to do a little something right here, looks like. That looks bullish. Get a nice little cross there. Things are starting to line up here. Starting to get a little bit of money flow, so would love to see it get above 112, hit that 119, and maybe break even above that would be beautiful. But found support here on this trend line, so good for us. Some bullish divergence should be pushing us up. Guess we just have to be a little patient with it. Litecoin is yeah, Litecoin. I think there's a surprise in for this one. I do. So we broke back into this pattern, which I don't like. That symmetrical triangle, and it may be doing a rabbit run on us. And it may do some crazy things like that. But right now it's going up and we're headed towards 95, so just cool with it. EC Manifest says a weekly MACD on stacks looks good. Yeah, I think it did. Chris says expecting some more down. I think we come down one more time with Bitcoin, expecting up to 40 to 47, and then a large correction. Then off to hodl time for me anyhow. Curious how it's gonna play out. Because I mean we know. Oh man, we're basically right there too, aren't we? We know in the bigger scheme of things. Somehow these candles just don't look that easy to read. I mean, we got this whole zone right here that we're likely to get rejected off of, at least the first time we try it. It may take a couple of times, so that's going to be a rough area to get past on up to 40,000. And we may be trying to do that, or, you know, it would be very easy to see that situation play out, in my opinion, where we can just come on up to this level of resistance and then come on back down. And how far? I don't know. Probably throw out your fibs, and maybe we would come back to 20. We could come back to 20. That's one of those scenarios that we could hit 20 again. May not do that though, or may not even come down that far. But we can expect some sideways somewhere through here. But it'd be cool if we could get to a good ground level, flip a good resistance area back into support. Like this one would be cool. If we can get above 32 and flip that one, this one we've been having so much problems with, then we can zone out through here for a little while, between 30 and 40. And that would be fun. That'd be cool. That might give altcoins a chance to do something. Chris says, what about Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash? I think we just peeped at Litecoin, right? Looked like it was headed to 95 and Bitcoin Cash. Wish I could have took advantage of this last drop here, but I didn't. I had some stashed away. I just have not added to it. Because I just wanted to taste of this too at those yummy prices from before. But I didn't expect that big of a pump. But that's a good sign. So I think there can be a lot more coming, especially since it's one of the Fab Four now. It has been blessed, baptized, and sanctified by the powers that be as one of the chosen ones, one of the chosen few commodities. It's above the 200 on the daily, and where are we at on the weekly here? There's no 200. It was born without one. Creepy, man. I don't know if I would trust this. Okay. Oh, come on, Binance. Oh, Binance didn't get started till then, though, right? No, that was 17. Oh, I'm getting everything confused here. I don't know why they don't have a bigger chart on Bitcoin Cash. Can't remember what the deal was. So would like to see some more price history there. Let's check it out. There should be a trading view one. Coinbase, you got it. Theirs goes all the way back to 17. I cannot remember when the fork happened. Man, at lows that we've not been to since spring of 2019. And this guy did go up to 1500 because that was fun. And then I did not expect it to just totally drop down, though. That was kind of disappointing. But it can definitely do that again. Don't have a good wick to pull any good trend line magic there to really trust it. That wick went way high. Could try that. And I see a little something there. So this $550 to $600 area definitely will be an area that it's going to struggle with, and it did struggle with over here. So that's an easy 5x from here, right? But we can get back up to about 1500, man. It's cool. I think China allowing Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash could also cause some good up movement in the next bull on. Me too. I think these oldies but goodies are going to surprise people, especially since they're proof of work and everything's moved to proof of stake and other proofs and everything else, right? And we kind of got away from the original. And I'm a big fan of the original. I got a Litecoin miner here that I need a place to plug up that won't scare the wife in case. Anyway. Don't put it in the house. So it's just sitting there collecting dust for the past few years. The Bitcoin miner got burned up in the fire. So that's probably why she's a little nervous. It was a squirrel, though. I swear it was a squirrel. That's what the inspector said. And it's definitely got some upward momentum here. Let's see, the 200's coming in at 324, so that's going to be a good move, and it looks like that's where we're headed. So about 264, then up to about what is that? 320. Because it looks like it's going to have the legs to get up there, man. It may not be a smooth ride, but then again, after what it did today, so a lot of these coins need some, they just need some appreciation, I guess. Because they took off like a rocket. It's been a good day, man. Note to self, put music button on the same screen as rocket. There's no room. What's that button do? So Bitcoin Cash doing good, man. 200 moving average is coming in at 117. Will we ever see those prices again? Anything's possible. There is a chance for a retest here for anybody that feel like they missed out on Bitcoin Cash and want to get back in. So for somebody looking to do that, I would look at these areas. And that'd be about 119, 120, 125, 126. 134, which sounds a little bit pricey to me, but when you're on your way to $350, is it that pricey? Yeah, I don't know. I'll let you decide. You're a grown-ass man. Chris says, up or down, good for me. I just hate that sideways juck. That sideways juck is horrible, man. Boring, lulls you to sleep, makes you miss those good moves. Wow, those banker types, money grubber types. The composite man is just out there scheming on how to scare us and put out news articles to make us just feel like crypto is worthless and not going anywhere and should be illegal, and people use it should be treated as if they're breaking the law or something, and then they buy it all up. Looks like we doing that qualifies for an inverted head and shoulders. I mean, a triple bottom seems more what I would officially say, but head and shoulders are the end term at the moment, and yeah, works out the same. So what do you say, my man? Where are you going to take us? Up to 207. So where'd those other targets go, man? What happened? Seriously? Alrighty, buddy. So that target at 208 also comes in under 0.382 fib, so that's very likely to be a good area to take profit. Or at least maybe a partial profit and maybe come in later. Where's that little measuring stick? Why does the screen look so small, man? So where we are now going up there, it's about a 40% move. I don't advise it, but getting it on a lower retest of this 200, if we come back to 120, can make it up there, that's about a 70% return, 72%. Just not bad. That's what I would look for. Come back through here and then work our way up. Oh, Gary seems to be a market manipulator. Go, Gary. Yes, he seems to be an expert. He's the dark Sith, the dark lord. And he's also a puppet, because I think there's a bigger fish to fry than him. So even Dot's getting a little bit of love, so it looks like we may be actually getting into this double bottom scenario here. Looks valid, a little bit of a lower bottom, but hey, that works. Got this kind of ball and wedge coming here, spike up there. I'm sure this is some kind of harmonic, kind of Fibonacci bat flying cipher pattern or something like that I'm not familiar of. Looks just like it would be one. Looks perfect for it, but I think it means we're going to go up. It's just slow with this one though, man. So moving averages are going to give us a little bit of resistance here. So 100 crossing the 200. That's not going to be fun. So guess we'll come back up here and struggle around with, the 550 area with dotting in for a little while. Do that and casually make our way back up to about $6. It's just a turtle, but one day it'll pay off, I hope. It does pay out pretty well. Staking though. So my dot bags are growing because of it. V-Chain. Oh, now this little guy dipped down past 1.5 cents, which is a good place to snatch this little guy up because I think he went up to like 29 cents, right? Don't know if that music is too loud or not. Turn it down just a tad. So V-Chain is one of my dark horses. Well, surprisingly, I've grown a bigger bag of it than I'd planned on. And suddenly, it just doesn't seem as huge anymore. This thing seemed enormous to me before, and I was like, all those coins, and now this seems to be the norm, so wow. So I guess if you want something to compare some of these numbers to, V-Chain might be the one. Market cap of 1.2 billion. So if your crap coin can get up to 1.2 billion, you might be at 1.7 cents. Circulating, almost all the circulating supply is out there. But it did get up to 28 cents. So we can kind of see why I find it just a little bit appealing. Because the closer that we can get up to a 25x, well, the bigger I smile for some reason. I talked to my doctor about it, but he had the same problem too. It's cool when you meet other crypto people. So V-Chain double bottom scenario right there, and that's a good sign. Looking to come back up to the 2 cent area, hopefully before too long, but we've got to get past this 1.8 area. And it's going to be a stymie at the party. And then we got this area here about, well, it's still in the 2 cent area. We got a flirt of getting above. But falling wedge, 68% chance to break up for that one, and then also in a bigger bullish megaphone pattern, which has a technically a 72% chance to break to the upside. So cool. Cadena. Yeah, baby. Cadena. And then it starts my music all over again. Okay, I gotta fix that. So Cadena's hot, man. And looks like we got a little bit of a rounding shape there. One of those kind of... It's a scallop. Some people call them kind of a reverse J or something like that too, right? So I've got to see this guy. Are we going to break out above it? I got to see... stay above this trend line, or else it could easily just come back to here and double bottom or even go lower. Don't want to see that happen. It looks like things are getting pretty juicy for Cadena, and I hope so because I sucked a lot of it up down here, and I need to see it do something. So we're going to have a little hiccup here at 81 on up to about 85 cents. That's going to be a little bit of a trying area for Cadena to get past, but after that, man, I can't wait till it gets back above $1, which it should have no problem doing. This one is a mineable coin, and that'd be 100% return, getting just where we are now at 62 cents. And we were hanging around about 55, and I was like, dude, I got to. Just on general principle, you just, like, you got to. It's an all new low at one of the zones, the 2.7. General principle, you got to jump in. So I sold my grandma, or not all of her, just her kidneys. And so now I've got some Cadena. So we'll see. We can buy them back. It's kind of like the pawn store. You don't get the same ones back, though. Solstice indicator. Hey, today is the solstice. Tis true. Also time for burgers on the grill is what Strega says. Man, I haven't done that yet this year. I gotta get out of this, away from these monitors a little bit more often. Summer's going to pass me up. So, okay, Cadena, just looking for some upward momentum. About to get it. Got a nice little breakout happening here. Did have that nice spike of volume right there. Drove us to the upside. So somebody came in and decided that they wanted their Cadena back. I&J doing a lot better. Come to the top of the trend line there. It's also retesting the bottom of this one. So, is it going to make it? Is it not going to make it? Undecided at the moment. I'm rooting for it, but I'm not... Well, I would say that I'm not dumb enough to hold it, but I am, because it's locked up in a contract and staking, so I will be dumb enough to hold it. But I finally got my bag, so I'm cool with it, because I see this one easily going back above $9. So, yippee. You come back down to 3, it's going to make me feel like an idiot, but we'll talk about that then. I think it's got a good chance to keep going to the upside. Still looking at this parabolic structure that we're still holding, basically. So it's got an element of surprise to it. It may surprise us all. So, and I'm cool with that. Decred slowly coming right back up. I'm telling you, I told you, if you see this sucker drip down to $12, you'll probably look back and wish that you hadn't ignored it, because this guy has legs. Went to about $250 last time I saw it down here, and it did it shortly after I saw it down here, right here. It just it had some setbacks. It went up to 23, dropped back down to 16. Oh gosh, it's coming all the way back. Let's sell everything, and then it went up to 40. And just went all the way up to $250. Can it do it again? Well, I don't want to stand in the way of its newly found habit. I encourage it to try its athletic prowess again. I double dog dare it to do it again. I say, why stop there? Go higher, baby. Tighten up the trend line a little bit, and looks like we could be making a really good bear trap there. Or we could be getting the worst retest of our life, and it just literally trails down something. You find out there's an exploit on Decred, and it all goes to crap. Only I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it looks good that we're going to go up. And I got a target here from $40. So from this area up to there, Sport Trap's still a pretty good area to jump in. 161% return there. This is a hybrid mining and proof of stake coin. Privacy features set up so you can always switch between it and Bitcoin. And don't hold me to this, but it seems like they may have a stable coin where I'm not sure, or using a stable coin. I'm not sure about that. Don't take my word on that. But it's cool and very limited supply. 21 million, I believe. Let me double check that. I've been looking at so many coins, I'm starting to lose track, but that was one of the big features why I wanted Decred, because of its limited supply. And it is, yes, 21 million, 15 million out in circulation, pretty much the same as Bitcoin, and $220 million market cap. Here's one I've got my eye on, and I did jump in for a small bag of it. I'm pretty sure I got that in the wrong location. I'm sure I don't have that much of that. But it looks like we're doing a double bottom scenario in my little buy zone here, so I think it's got legs. This is, I think it's called Marlin, ticker symbol Pond. Seems like it had some good bump ups the last cycle. I didn't really mess with it then. 10 billion, there we go. 8 billion in circulation. Always got to put it out in the billions, but the market cap is 62 million right now. So I mean, that could easily 10x from here, go to 7 cents. Very doable. All-time high was 32 cents. Hey, maybe we could do that again. Interestingly enough, it hit it December 21st, 2020, so it hit its all-time high before the bull market. And so let's take a look at that. So that was before, and then it just kind of dropped like a rock down to 6 while everything else was going to the tops again. So, and then it came back to a top of 10 cents. So, hey, take that with a grain of salt. It's probably a big unleash of all these billions of coins. Just my guess, though. Anyway, got a small bag of it, and I'm going to see what it can do and see if we can actually get back up to some of those juicy numbers. Because it's getting up to just 3 cents is a good 3x or more. It's just at a bottom, people. And I like to buy the bottoms. You have to respect the bottoms. Now it looks like Cardano may have found, that looks iffy though. It does look like it is trying to come back up. It is going to struggle here at 29 cents. So hopefully we'll get above that and above that 21 moving average there on the daily. Might see it reach around 36 cents again. That needs to be good, but it's still going to struggle with this trend line. I think Cardano is going to be trading down and sideways for a little while. Don't mean to offend anybody. Don't shoot the messenger, but with this kind of thing, when we break market structure, come back up, it's kind of a down and sideways kind of thing. So it'll probably touch back around 24 cents again. Hopefully not come back down to 14, but that's also possible too. XRP's holding strong at 51 cents. That's cool. Well, this chart looks like a mess. Let's clear it out because I can't read it. Nice kind of rounding shape there. That's cool. I like that. Nice parabolic structure possibly forming there. Top extremes of our trend line could be seeing 60 cents. We go to the top of that. Little hiccup around the 55 cent area. So it looks like we've got a really good chance of going back to those areas. And 68 would be our target there. Most likely to find a hiccup between there, although we can bump up at a 78 cents. But a nice double bottom formation right there, and we can actually put the neckline in right here at this 382 Fibonacci area. We'll just put our line across there. And this is right under just right under 55 cents, 54 cents. That's what we got to see and do is break up above this, flip that resistance into support, and then we can start seeing these higher numbers. Actually, I'd start targeting the 78 once we see that happen. So things are looking up for XRP in my personal opinion. Orders feel too fast. My targets are too modest. You know, that's not a bad problem, because a lot of times my targets on some of my degen plays were just too far out, and they did not get hit. So it's not a bad thing. If you're making profit, you're doing it right. AVAX kind of looking the same situation there. Oh, look at that. My lesson that I learned from this, and I knew it at the time, but I ignored it, is I did not have a good neckline there. And that's a prime example of why, even though it looked like a head and shoulders, without that neckline, it didn't work out. It failed. So just reinforced my belief in being even more picky about those necklines. And then we came back and we're doing a double bottom scenario there. So cool. We're hoping for it to go up at $14, but no, it disappointed us with everything else. Insulted our mother and came down to $9.77, and now we're at 13. Man, that's a good buy zone for anybody to call it that. Currently trying to break above the 21 moving average there at $13, so maybe some more upside there. Looks hopeful. And it does look like we are getting a breakout there. What could be a very steep falling wedge pattern. Could also be like a bump and run pattern too. Looks very much like that. And both of those should bring us back out to about $15. Looks like where we could be headed next for AVAX. Yay! Yay! Rune. This is one of my long-term holds. Now I was trying to follow this rounded shape here, and it just fish hooked me. Came right down here, did that little fish hooky thing. Was hoping that would be a double bottom because it was kind of playing in with the scenario there, but no, it wanted to dump further with everything else. But those are some good places to get ruined in my personal opinion. So I did try to snag up just a little bit, but I didn't really add a whole lot to my bag. Although seeing that we have not seen these prices in so long, it's still not a bad place there. I wish I had more data history. See if we can find something just a little bit further on Rune. Rune, last market. I mean, I know I've seen this thing hang out around $8, and so, but it seems like it got up to a pretty nice high, $20. Okay. So another possible 20x there. This one does have 500, half a billion coins. Circulating supply is a little over half of that. Where might you be? I bet Pollen. Okay, right here. Let's go with Trading View, because they'll have it all. And there's what we needed to see. Wow, look at that head and shoulders. Well, not really. It does have a neckline, but it still came down anyway. Wow. Almost reminds me of YFI. So for YFI, I made a really almost textbook perfect head and shoulders pattern. So we are below the tops right there, the top candle closes. So these are prices not seen since December 2020, right before the big run up. where it went pretty much straight up to $20, kind of like the Decred thing. And this was a cool project, and so I anticipate maybe history will do something very similar to that. But we got to find a bottom here, and it is kind of a near bottom, but it being at 94 cents just historically has not been the worst time in the world to start looking at snagging it. Striga says, I don't trust doubles. They're usually pretty dependable, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from. They faked us out, and we've just seen a couple of them on here that, false bottoms there. Now this one can be rounding out here too, so that may be what we see. Figure out, do I like that? I mean, I like that from an accumulation standpoint. I'm just used to seeing this thing do some big things, so it just looks a little too early. So maybe there will be a good chance to accumulate this little guy. But that seems to fit until it doesn't. Good Lord, that can go out for another year almost. But so we could be in a range. Could be in a range for a while on that one. Just something to be aware of. That's probably why I wasn't so gung-ho just to start filling my bags with it more. Atom's bouncing back here. Now, which chart is this on KuCoin? It's been a minute since I've looked at it on this one. Oh, we even wicked down to that line, baby. Oh, check that out. How cool was that? That was one of those magic fibs. Yeah. Took it a while, but it got there. When was that? That was December? And that was June, just recently. Alright, I'm going to clear this off because I can't make heads or tails of it. So we're at a good support level if it holds. And obviously we got 718. It looks like this is holding there. I've always said that this area was excellent, like Decred and all that. It's a pretty good place to buy an atom, somewhere in around the $8 area. It makes up for it, but it's still underneath support resistance area, so it's going to have a little bit of trouble. Looks like maybe getting above $10. But it does look like it's getting ready to start coming back to the upside there. So looking for 2 head to 10, and hopefully come back up to the 200 at the top of this trend line here. So altcoins are going to have a bit of a struggle, and I think this one was also mentioned as being a possible security. I don't see how, because they did widely disperse this. That was the whole purpose of what they were doing with Cosmos, to make it as decentralized as possible. Also checking out that trend line right there. It looks like we're trying to hold it. Hopefully we will see some more upside, but probably just a lot of sideways within the range of 10 to, if we're lucky, about $15 for a while. Until one day we start hitting around 25 and then maybe up to 40. The biggest biggest benefit I've had from just being a holder of Atom is staking it. I think even just holding it in a wallet without staking it, it opens you up for some really cool airdrops, which, man, that's why I'm not worried about this one. I'm just letting it stake, and I just take advantage of whatever fruits it throws me. And it just slowly keeps building a bigger bag. And I add to it every once in a while. Coming back to look at Doge, not a bad place for Doge. If you can catch it around 4 cents, that would be awesome, but it rarely goes there. So about 5.5 cents, and we're at almost 7 cents now. You know what's a few cents between millionaires or Doge millionaires? There may be a possibility for it to come back down to, hit these higher 5 cent areas, 5.5 and higher there. It could happen. Moving averages are not looking as hot on the weekly. I'm on the weekly on Doge here. But it looks to be in an accumulation zone. Which means that it's probably a good time to think about accumulating Doge. Doge is always that one that will surprise you. It does usually kick off first as a leading indicator for the official bull market. It will run up before Bitcoin. Has a history of doing that. So definitely one to keep an eye on, if nothing else. And eventually we can get back to that 9-10 cents, but it looks like it likes to come up here to around 15 every once in a while. So let's mark that area too. But very possible to range between here, 5.5, 6 cents on up to 10 to maybe 15. It's just a slow play for the most part until it does decide to move. Or Elon speaks. But I find, I actually picked up added a little bit to my Doge bags. Not a whole lot, but enough at this price range that, yeah. Phantom's doing pretty good lately. I like it. Let me come over here to the daily so we can kind of see what's going on. So for the past week or so, it's just been steadily gaining, and to the last 2 days, it's gained quite a bit. Coming from around 26 cents up to 30, that's a good gain for this. Kind of eyeballing that for a double bottom, didn't hold. So see what you're saying there, Strega. I feel you. Cannot never remember to clear that for some reason. But usually, when a double bottom doesn't hold, it usually comes to be one of those 2-7 areas on the Fibonacci. That's what I've come to find. So if you're looking for a good target, if it doesn't hold, you can usually pull a fib and get to that. And so we got all this crap on here. Let's do that. So it looks like there's one from this move to that move. From this swing high, we can come here, and that gives us targets for this move, but coming right down to there, yeah, put us right at it right there. So with this bottom not holding for a double bottom, pulling that move there, kind of gave us that target right on the money for it. And so now we just got to reclaim this area right where we're at. And it looks like we're doing a pretty good job of it. For Phantom. It's not the line I was trying to draw there. This little guy right here. Support resistance. Flip, you're not doing it, man. What's up? There we go. I want to make sure I get right underneath that wick there and right above this candle body right there. And we are above that, so hopefully we can flip that. There's also this area here we got to contend with. Be good to get past it at 33 cents. So looks like that's what we're trying to do. Moving averages are starting to look strong. We'll kind of have to level out and kind of solidify this area. Maybe trade sideways about 29 cents through there. Something through here until we solidify that. But looks like we broke trend and maybe heading up. Definitely got to break out with volume. So you could take a measure move there just to give you an idea of short-term place to come up to. About 36 cents is what we got on that. On the 4 hour, we're finding some rejection here on the 200 moving average, but the other ones are getting ready to rock, so I don't think it'll stay under there very long. 9's coming up on the 4 hour, so everything's getting ready to take off here on Phantom. And like I said, we could see it come back here and retest this 9 around 29 cents, but looks like we're getting ready to do some more damage. Wish I got some more of this at some of these yummy prices. But I did nibble quite a good enough. Solana, even Solana's doing better, right? Still has some struggles ahead of it though. So can be hopeful for us to come up to about $20.21 in that area, and that's very likely. Have a little problem here at 1841. Whether or not we get rejected at this 200 moving average area, right around $19. But looks like we've got a good chance to actually come up to the top of the trend line there. It's kind of interesting. We just kind of stair-stepped up here, and I got to zoom out so you can see it. We got this bullish megaphone pattern yelling down here, hey, come on up to the price, right? So it has got a 72% chance to break to the upside. Just has a little bit of a pullback here to the trend line. Also making another one of those patterns. Technically, though, that's just because it fell out of this one. It was flagging out really nicely. And technically, we might have a retest of this flag. So, just saying here on the daily, we need to see it break above. We need to see it move up, or else if it doesn't, then at this point that it's at right now, we can't keep moving towards 1775, somewhere above 1750. We're in danger of coming back down to the lower end of this trend line, and that could be anywhere from $12 to $10. Most notably, probably around here, starting at about 14, but coming down nonetheless. So that's the only danger I see right now. And one thing that may make that happen, don't shoot the messenger, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. 50 moving average just crossed bearishly over the 200, so that situation could possibly play out. But on the plus side, MACD is crossing bullishly. That gives us some hope. But our stochastics here, kind of like the we call it our gas pedal. I would call it our RPMs are running a little bit high. Our motor's starting to get a little bit hot. Don't want to burn it out. Don't burn that clutch out, baby. Done burn out that clutch again, baby. Mama gotta get another one now. Can't have nothing. That's why we can't have nice things. Sand's doing good. Sand's up to 43 now, right? Because that one was looking scary, right? Around 36 cents, 35 cents. Yeah. A lot of people saying, oh my gosh, should I sell? And historically, that would be one of the worst times to sell. Fight those emotions. And they do, and you think you're doing a smart thing. I might as well just get out before it goes down any further, but it doesn't go down any further. The best cheat is to get the Bollinger Bands out. And if you're near bottom, you don't sell during those bottoms. You only want to sell during those tops. It sounds so easy and so simple, but so easy to forget. Not do for a lot of people. Bollinger Bands are your friends. They'll be there when everybody else leaves you. You always count on those Bollinger Bands. So interesting to see how sand will do. Maybe we'll hit 51 cents again. Maybe not. Inverse is still struggling here, about a little under half a penny. Looks like we're trying to get a breakout of this falling wedge, but just don't have the volume to do it. So this is not accurate. At least let's take a look on the 4 hour. What's not making sense here, buddy? We could just go all the top wicks, and that should give us an idea. That's the outer parameters there. So let's just expand that a little bit and make you work harder for it, Inverse. Are you going to do a bump and run? Bump and run could be this little guy here, which doesn't really bring us up too far, but we're looking to come up around half a penny again, just a little over half a penny at the 200 moving average here in an accumulation phase here. But one of my long-term holds that I made sure I got a good sized bag, or a decent sized bag of, because I think this one's got legs. And technically, we can expand that and be in a falling wedge. Good chance to break up to the upside. Just going to take a little while. I'm still eyeballing these areas down here. I would like to see us come up to profit before we come down there. It will make my life a lot more easier. Checking out A0. This one's been having a little bit of a struggle, hasn't it? It came down kind of low to some really attractive prices, which I've been trying to build a bag of this on spot margin. What small bag that I had of this, threw it over there with some margin, and now I have a bigger bag of this. So I'm getting pretty satisfied with that. And it's still under $1, and forever it traded above $1. Remember, we were up around $2, so I think we could probably do that again. Check out these trend lines right here, and you see that hopefully this is going to be a bear trap. We are under trend. We broke market structure, but we're starting to see a lot of bear traps happen right now, and especially with the bullish divergence that's playing out. So prices coming down and our indicators are flat or either slanting up. So good chance this is a bear trap, but there are some indicators saying it's got a little bit of a struggle ahead of it here. It's just moving averages are starting to cross bearishly over the 200. Is under the 200 on the daily, so officially bearish. Weekly is not there yet. So what else can I add to this? We got two touches right here with this guy. Has 52% chance to break to the downside. Just throwing that out there. So that puts a little bit more attention onto this. Is this a bear trap or is this a retest? So all eyes on this area right around $1. If we can't really get above $1 and stay to it, we may be coming down. Sucks to say that. Let me check out our weekly here just to kind of see what that might say. It's possible. It's also possible that we're bottoming out right here too. So that's why A0 is in a zone that we need to just pay attention to it. Could be nothing. It could be the start of something really strong and powerful going to the upside, or it could be the start of something really nasty to the downside. It is in the twilight zone called a retest or a bear trap. There are vampires and werewolves out there. And they're not all hot looking. Only the hot ones are. And they do not apply to this situation. So I don't even know why you brought it up. So we got a trend line right here. So just put some confidence in this bullish divergence that this won't be a bear trap. But honestly, I cannot call it. This has got a 50-50 chance just to play out either one of those two ways. So we need to revisit it. It's a good idea to put an alarm there, and then probably set an alarm somewhere around 92 cents just in case we hit that and start coming down. At least you know about it. But personally, I think this is a good area to accumulate, and that's what I've been doing. So if we do come down, that's going to throw a kink into my personal plan. But we gotta be real about it. It is on the table. It's something that can happen. But with everything else headed to the upside too, maybe you won't see that. Caspa, I think we've already looking at it for it to go to 2.5 cents. And hopefully up from there. Need to see some Caspa. Trying to catch this one. That one's been hard for me. Got a little bit of a bag of it, but wanted to have a bigger one. Naka coming in at 31 cents. We may have already looked at this. I don't see my draws on the chart, but it looks like we got an official breakout there. There is a volume behind it. Moving averages are looking great on the daily. More upside very possible for Naka as this breakout continues. And let's just see how far this little guy can go. Have several measure moves that we could take for this. One taking us up to right here at this area. 49 cents. Also, this possibility right here at 61 cents, just right under 62 cents. Those are some good come-ups for Naka. Got confluence there with that first measured move with this negative 2.7. Got some more confluence over here with the second measured move at the negative 618. So those are all some very good targets too. I'm going to add this one. Something didn't go right there. Want to try that again? So confluence with my measure moves with the Fibonacci, so highly likely those will play out, those will hit. Just my opinion. What will that make us look like? Come up here and then we kind of finagle around here. What are we making? Oh well. More side for Naka. Man, it's a hard one to catch. So for anyone trying to buy the breakout of this, you'd want to zoom down to a smaller time frame and zooming down to the 4 hour here. Now let's look at a trade setup for this. So if I'm trying to buy some more of this, let me show you what I would do for analysis just to find a good spot. We are finding support here at the 382, which is $30 or 30 cents, 30.55 cents. And that may be one of the best places that you get to get in, just being real with you. Another area would be 29.81 cents, and if we're lucky, 29.07 cents as it retests this 618 Fibonacci area. It's possible to do that. This pattern also has a good chance for a retest of the breakout area, so very possible we can see these areas again over the next few days out of Naka to give you a chance to get in before it takes off to 48 cents, which would be 68% return, 67% return on jumping in on the breakout. Not bad. Time is now 12:29. I am going to wrap this up, guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by.
Hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Give one more little celebration right there for all the cool moves that we had today, right? Because we like these green days. That's what we need more of. And don't forget to take profit when you can. I am starting to do more and more live streams, especially if I don't have a video out that day. Chances are I will be doing a live stream later that night. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. If you can't hit the like button, comment, subscribe. Don't forget our Telegram group where we have the cool AI chatbot over there that messes with ChatGPT. Also does technical analysis for you. Really cool. So many things that, gee, man, I don't even know how to use it all. Links are in the description below, but they've got this little slash down here and it brings up all the commands. You can also hit help and get, but it does a lot. Checks Twitter, checks a lot of things. They'll even tell you a joke. which makes no sense to me. No matter how kind you are, German kids are always kinder. You crack me up. All right. Guys, until next time, I appreciate you for stopping by and showing your support and just hanging out with me, man. Chilling and hanging out, looking at the charts and trying to find some good deals and just trying to overall change our lives, get away from the man, make that life-changing decisions that we can in this market. Definitely possible. I no longer have to go to a job every day because of crypto. And I can definitely show you the mistakes I've made and point you in some of the good directions that worked for me. I'm just glad to have you here, just listening to me ramble and listening to my analysis tonight. I'm not sure if my chat's working anymore or not, but if you're out there, I appreciate you for being here and sticking that out with me. We're going to leave you with some Operation Orange to celebrate this Bitcoin Day. Bitcoin Guantanamo, baby. You know it.
Launch sequence activated.